The brutal rape of a young doctor in Kolkata has sent shockwaves around the world.
If being a girl she doesn't get the justice, then how come I can decide that I will get justice? And
The details of this rape and murder have been so muddled and controversial that people don't exactly know what unfolded.
আমাদের মেয়েদের নিরাপত্তা তো আমরা চাই, সাথে বিচার চাই। যারা এই বাজে কাজটা ঘটিয়েছে,
There are lots of fake messages floating around, audio recordings, and even fake information. While this rape in itself is a very sad incident, but the bigger challenge with this investigation has begun to shed light on the challenges of policing, legal recourse, and interference in the investigation. What is required is an independent investigation by the police. The police force in India seems fairly independent, but at some level, it can be influenced by the political leadership. What is required is that they be completely independent and be controlled directly by the citizenry through an open city house. Their conduct should be directly scrutinized and questioned by the citizenry.
সেই কলেজটা যখন ভাঙচুর হচ্ছে মনে আমাদের প্রচন্ড কষ্ট হচ্ছিল যেভাবে হুলিগানসরা ভাঙচুর করছিল।
All documentation of their investigation should be an open public record unless it involves time-sensitive information that would jeopardize the case. When we see the global report on women, security and inclusion, we see that India is at the 128th position of the 177 countries studied.
someday, somewhere, every woman are getting molested, raped. It is everywhere, every day happening. Why we women have to suffer by all this?
There is a reason for it. The challenge is still old processes around how the investigation unfolds. Who can have a say in it? A recent Indian study concludes that countries such as South Africa, Nigeria, and New Zealand have introduced new legislations to help go past these issues around corruption and interference. But for that, India will have to change its operational methods of law enforcement. Now let's talk about the issue of women's safety. The Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013, also known as the Nirbhaya Act, brought in a host of other offenses in its fold like stalking, acid attacks. We haven't seen very much being done by the police force. Complaints continue to get a lukewarm response, and swift action is missing. India will need to deal with it on a war footing if it needs to come out of the scourge of an unsafe place for women, and any high-handedness in the investigation will not be tolerated by the people. Continue watching World News Organization's YouTube and social media channels for regular updates on the Abhaya rape case.